Let's dive deeper into the ls command, which is probably the most used command in Linux. As I'm sure you already know, ls is used to list the contents of a directory together with lots of other information about files and subdirectories. Even though ls is a common command, it's a complex one with plenty of options. Read xhelp or xman page if you are not sure what a specific option does. The syntax of the ls command is as follows: ls, option, and file. As option and file are between brackets, they are optional. Let's see some practical examples. If I simply run ls with no options or arguments, it will print the contents of the current working directory at the terminal. The files are listed in alphabetical order. To list the files in a specific directory, pass the path to that directory as argument to the ls command. And if you want to have your listing produced in a single column, use the -1 option. 1 means one file per line. And you can specify as many arguments you want. In this example, ls will display the contents of /etc, /var, and the current working directory, which is by convention a single dot. The real power of the ls command comes from its options. Let's take a look at the most frequently used options. -l will display the output in a long listing format, which means lots of information about files and directories. This is the current working directory, and this is the contents of /etc in long listing format. By the way, if you want to see information about a directory like /etc and not about its contents, then use the -d option. It's displaying information about the etc directory and not about its contents. Let's return to the output of ls-l and let me explain to you what you see. The first character indicates the file type. A hyphen as the first character indicates a normal file. D indicates a directory, and L indicates a symbolic link, which is sort of a shortcut. The 9 characters that follow indicate the file permissions for the owner, the group owner, and the others. Then comes the number of hard links, the owner, and the group owner of the file. The next field is the size, and finally the modification time and the file name. We'll dive deeper into each concept like links, file types, and so on in the next lectures. For the moment, it's enough if you know what each field means. When you run ls, it's common to group together more options in order to get the desired output. For example, adding the age option, ls will show the file size in human readable format. Take a look at this column. It's in human readable format. By default, the ls command will not show hidden files. In Linux, a hidden file or directory is any file or directory whose name begins with a dot. To display all files, including the hidden ones, use the A option. These are hidden files, and this is a hidden directory. They all begin with a dot. Another useful option is capital S, which sorts the files by size, and the largest file will come first. Files are sorted by size. I'm adding the age option to see the size in human readable format. This is the largest file in /etc. Note that ls does not display the real size of a directory, as you'd expect. It displays only the size of the inode structure. To see the size of a directory, use the du command instead. Du comes from disk usage. In this example, ls command says that the etc directory has only 12 kilobytes, but this is not the size of all its contents. To see its size, run du -sh and the path to the directory. This is its real size. By the way, in /etc there are some files that cannot be read by a non-privileged user, and that's why I've got these permission denied errors. Run the command as root to get rid of them and see the total space occupied. So sudo and the command will run as root. There's no error, and this is its size. To sort by extension, use the -x option written in uppercase. Files are sorted by extension. And if you want to omit certain files from the listing, use the --hide option. If you don't want to see the files which end in .conf in the listing, you can run this command. ls -hide equals star.conf and /etc. The star means any string of characters, and all those files that end in .conf will be omitted from the listing. There's no file that ends in .conf. With the -r option, you can list directories recursively. Recursively means that ls works its way through the entire directory tree below the starting directory and lists the files in each subdirectory. I'm listing the contents of /etc recursively. At the end, let me tell you something that will definitely surprise you. Up until now in the course, we've never actually run the original ls command. If you run type ls, you'll see that there's an alias called ls to ls --color equals auto. The --color equals auto is the option that provides the different colors for the different file types in the listing. That's why when you run ls-l, you see directories in blue, regular files in black, symlinks in cyan, or device files in yellow on a black background. If you want to run the original ls command without adding --color equals auto, run \ls and you'll see everything displayed in black. The \character cancels the alias.